over the Padres at Petco Park, 4-3. Kevin Gausman got the win, number 7 thus far, as San Francisco took care of Philadelphia, 3-1. Nolan Arenado doubled down on home runs while driving in 3, leading the Cardinals to a win against the Braves, 4-2. He is among the National League leaders in home runs. The Washington Nationals picked up 14 hits in total as they got the best of the visiting Mets, 4-0. The Miami Marlins amassed 14 hits in the game as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field, 9-5. The Cleveland Indians launched 3 home runs as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park, 7-3. The A's hit 3 long balls as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx, 5-3. The Orioles relief pitcher, number 62, collected win number 3 this year as the Orioles downed the Blue Jays, 3-2. The Boston Red Sox combined for a 4-hitter as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium, 8-1.
And a welcome to those of you just joining us today on MLB Network. You've come to us at the right time. The Colorado Rockies are looking to wrap this thing up, but with a 1-run lead and the middle of the order due up, this thing is by no means over. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Big spot. 2 out, possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Sharp ground ball to third. And that's through into left, a base hit. And the tying run is going to score from second, and we are right back to where we started.
Wow, I'm not sure how, but it looks like he didn't even touch this thing. He might have been thinking about throwing the ball before he actually caught it. The game moves fast, but you have to do one thing at a time.
Here's Didi Gregorius. His day at the plate hasn't amounted to much, 0 for 4, but this is a great opportunity to make amends.
Well, when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggles out of your mind. Right now is all that matters.
Here's the first pitch. The 0-1 offering. Grounded to first. Fielded cleanly. And will step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So not a good turn of events for this home crowd, as now their 9th inning lead has evaporated. The Rockies looking to send their fans home happy. The bottom of the 9th inning is coming up. Freddie Peralta enters to do the pitching, and best case scenario for him is to push this one into extra innings. Bottom of the inning now, and Ryan McMahon digs into bat next.
The second baseman, Ryan McMahon.
Here it comes. Oh dear, that caught him full bore on the mound as it ricochets back toward the plate. Safe after the recovery throw. Good effort, but now we have to wonder whether or not he's going to be okay. And time now to see quite where that got him. And it appeared from up here at least, and his actions on the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the way he's trying to walk it off, I think he's going to try to continue. Into the box, Ian Desmond. High and deep to right center. Garcia giving chase. He's not going to have a play on it, and this might bring home the runner from first. And now confusion here with 2 men on the same base. One's got to go, and they're going to get an out here. Elias Diaz the next to hit. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Here's the first pitch. He swings and sends a bullet to right field. That's in there. Base hit. Throw coming quickly, and the winning run moves up to third now with only 1 gone. So now the possibility of a pinch hitter comes into play, and if that's the case, here's what the Rockies have remaining at their disposal. C.J. Cron will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line.
Number 25, C.J. Cron.
Here's the first pitch. Oh, and this is lined into center field. It's down for a base hit. And the Rockies are going to win it in walk-off style.
Always great when a game really comes down to the ninth inning like it did here. They had a chance to walk it off and send their fans home happy, and that's exactly what they did. Lots of smiles around here right now.
A one-run finish today, 5-4 the final score. The Colorado Rockies came through when it mattered in the ninth on the way to the win. Scott Oberg claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian, we all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.
The final line score for the ball game this afternoon for the big.
And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. The Colorado Rockies are looking to wrap this thing up, but with a one-run lead and the middle of the order due up, this thing is by no means over. Here's the first pitch. Lifted in the air out to left. And he will make the play out there, and there are two away now.
Now batting, the right fielder, Mitch Haniger.
Stepping in now is Mitch Haniger, who comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. He's set. Here it comes. Yeah! Fans on their feet in a one-run ball game in the last of the ninth. Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening.
Well, that's a surprising late swing on a heater, middle cut right there. In a fastball count, he's going to have to turn it up a notch.
And this ball swung on and hit to center field, and this should do it. And he'll make the catch to put an end to this one. And the Rockies have taken game one of the series on the road as the ball game is over. And that one run held up tonight, 1-0 the final. The Colorado Rockies came through when it mattered in the ninth on the way to the win. Daniel Bard earns his third win of the year in relief. Scott Oberg earns the save out of the bullpen, his 14th. So that will wrap things up for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our whole crew. And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. C.J. Cron is at the plate here, having already gone deep twice in this one. Maybe we'll see number 3 here. Looking to keep this a one-run game. The pitch. Now a shot toward the gap in left center.
Round.
And a big RBI there as the run scores from second to make this a 2-run game now. And make it a 4-for-4 game now as he's in there with another hit. This one a double.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo tying the game up. That's not the case now.
And that misses ball 4, so it's first and second now with 2 out.
As a former pitcher, I can tell you, nothing is worse than having to battle not only the hitter, but the umpire as well. He didn't get some of the calls there, but there's nothing he can do about that now. Just got to go right after the next guy.
Here's Ryan McMahon now. He was retired via the ground ball last time up.
Ryan McMahon.
Grounded softly to the right. Reined in.
On the bag. Come on.
Step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Rockies forced to settle for 1. 9th inning coming up. It's the Rockies 6 and the Buccos 4.
Exactly how you throw it up. He gave up a long ball to make it interesting, but it was the only run he gave up, and he hangs on to collect a save.
And tonight's one-run game comes to an end, 6-5 the final. Colorado took the lead in the 4th and held on until the end. Antonio Senzatella wins his 3rd of the season. Scott Ober hammers down the save, his 17th on the year. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan, please. For more And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. The Colorado Rockies are batting here in the bottom of the inning, looking to send these fans home happy with a walk-off win. Here's the first pitch. This is line to left. Pollock is right there as he puts it away, no problem for the first out.
Now back, first baseman, Coltrane.
Next, it'll be Fulton Welker, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Here's the first pitch. Runner breaks for third. A diving effort as it's off his glove. And no chance at a recovery here, as despite a great effort that time, they won't get an out on the play.
Took a real risk by going after the lead runner there heading into third. That's always a tough call, and it's hard to fault them for being aggressive. But you hate not to get an out when the batter was giving himself up.
The batter will be Sam Hilliard. His day at the plate hasn't amounted to much, 0 for 4, but this is a great opportunity to make amends.
Well, when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggles out of your mind. Right now is all that matters.
Here's the first pitch. Oh, this is hit to third. Will it be two? Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And they're going to walk off here with a 5-4 win.
Hey, this game looked like it was going to be one of those wild ones right from the beginning. And when you could win this thing in walk-off fashion, what a way to win a ball game. A walk-off win?
This evening's game comes to an end, 5-4, the final tally. Tyler Kinley claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Rockies, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. For the Dodgers, 4 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 19 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. Ryan McMahon has a single, a double, and a home run already in this one. Looking for the toughest one to get in the cycle, the triple. He's set and the pitch. Lined into right, a base hit. Is on his way home. Safe at the plate as they extend their lead even further.
I'll tell you, they're posting video game numbers here. I mean, that's their 11th run of the game, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. Just an absolute onslaught from this offense.
Brendan Rodgers bats next, and they're runners at the corners now.
Brendan Rodgers.
Ready with the 1 and 2. The bouncer to the left side. Scooped up. There's one. But the return throw will be too late, and the run is in to score. On to first, but not in time. It's a fielder's choice and an RBI.
That's ball 4. 3. Ball 4. Take the base.
Well, the tone was set for this game from the very first inning. They came out absolutely banging the ball around and took that great start to another notch in the win column.
12-0, the rather convincing shutout final score. The Colorado Rockies jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. German Marquez earns his 5th winner of the year, picking up 11 strikeouts along the way. Marco Gonzalez permitted 6 earned runs to come across in We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. Raimel Tapia has not picked up a hit to this point, so his 13-game hitting streak could be on the line right here.
Come on now, big dog. It's pitch.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Bounce to first. Gloved by Santana.
Come on,
and a
come on,
step
come on,
on
come on,
first
come on,
for
come
the
on.
out, 3 unassisted. So next to hit is Anthony Rendon. 3 hits, including a pair of doubles for him thus far. Iglesias gets his lead at first, nobody out. High in the air out to center field. Waiting on it is Tapia. 1 away.
He's safe.
Into the box, Anthony Santander, runner in scoring position with Sugan. 7 runs, 13 hits, and no errors to this point for the Angels. Oh, and there's a drive to deep left center. You can pretty much forget about this one. This is way out of here. So a 2-run shot to left center. Home run number 16 for him on the year as they've widened this lead to 8 now.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number 1, man. You got to get on the heat.
3, 4, take the base.
You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
Well, this is it, the final day of the season for teams to make trades. There could be a flurry of action as the day goes on, but before we get there, here's a recap of what went down yesterday. Starting in the National League West, the San Diego Padres amassed 14 hits in the game as they bested the visiting Rockies 6-0. In other Rockies news, starting pitcher John Gray is headed to the injured list for at least the next 10 days. They say it's a torn pectoral muscle. The Dodgers sent 3 balls into the seats as they got a road win against Arizona 7-2. The Houston Astros held their opponent to just 2 hits as they dismantled the Giants 7-0. The Atlanta Braves picked up 14 hits in total as they got the best of the Brewers at home 8-7. The New York Yankees smacked 15 team hits as they took down the Fish in Miami 8-0. Jonathan Villar drove home 3 runs as the Mets got the win over Cincinnati 5-3. Ryan Harper got the win, his 6th so far this year, as the Nationals downed the Cubs 2-0. The Philadelphia Phillies allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they plundered the Pirates 8-1. The Cardinals had 12 hits as a team as they grabbed the win over the visiting Twins 9-6. Scott Barlow got his 6th win of the year out of the bullpen as Kansas City took care of the Blue Jays 3-2. The Boston Red Sox amassed 14 hits in the game as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 8-5. The White Sox hit 3 long balls as they bested the visiting Indians 6-4. The Tigers knocked out 12 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Orioles 4-3. The Oakland Athletics tallied 5 home runs overall as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 8-3. The Mariners got 12 hits in this one as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 7-2. And that's the show. The trade deadline is only hours away, so don't forget to check in tomorrow for a full recap of the day's events.
We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. Robert Stevenson is on the mound looking to keep this game tied, but these fans are hoping to celebrate a walk-off victory. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Fernando Tatis Jr. is in with one away now as he swings and misses here at strike one. Lifetime versus this pitcher. He's 1 for 4. Behind 0-2 now.
Lucky he got a piece right there. He was definitely late on that pitch after seeing a previous off-speed pitch.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Slow roller down the third baseline. And he'll reach first safely.
The first baseman, number 13.
So now here is Manny Machado, and he's the reigning recipient of the National League's Player of the Month award. Here's the first pitch.
Hey, hats off to the pitching staff right here. They've been able to hold a hot hitter in check in Game 4 this series.
The 0-1. Runner goes for second. Pitches a cold strike. The throw way late, and he's in there easily at second.
This catcher's not known for his throwing ability, so you compound that with a big lead at first base. He had no chance to throw that runner out at second.
Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
Here's Will Myers. And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right. And he's got a chance to bring in the winning run. The question is whether they'll even pitch to him. Popped him up. Fuentes is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. But disaster has already struck here in the bottom of inning number 9 as 2 runs come across, and they'll have to work a little longer to try and pull this one out on the road. 9 can't decide a winner. We'll move ahead to the 10th, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. Matt Strahm takes the mound as he'll be the first man to pitch here in extra innings.
Matt Strahm.
Ready now is Rick Thomas, grounded out in his last at-bat.
Rick Thomas.
Here's the first pitch. Hit out towards second. Oh, a dive that may have just saved the game. Got him.
Well, good fundamental baseball might just win him this ballgame. They had the go-ahead run at second base, so this guy knows exactly what he has to do. Just a simple ground ball to the right side gets that guy to third, and now all sorts of ways to take the lead.
And that'll bring in Garrett Hampson. Liner towards second. And that will get down as he delivers a big one here. It's a base hit. In to score the runner from third.
Boy, those have to feel really good, D. Or you get late in the game, you come up with a big RBI base hit right here to give your team the lead.
Yeah, no one remembers that ground ball with eyes in the top of the second inning. You want to show up when the game is on the line. Can you quiet your emotions down, take the crowd out of it, and slow yourself down enough to come through? And that's exactly what he did.
At the plate, Raimel Tapia as he lines it out to center. But sadly for him, this will head straight to the center fielder as he puts it away without much trouble for the second out.
Now batting, right fielder, Sam Hilliard.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Sam Hilliard. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. He swings, and it's a line drive to left center. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. The relay throw, but he is in there with a triple.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo tying the game up. That's not the case now.
Tim Hill, the 6'4" southpaw, comes in out of the bullpen to do the pitching.
Number 25, Tim Hill.
Josh Fuentes to the plate now. Hard hit ball towards the hole, but right there is the second baseman, and that will retire the side. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. So now we'll see if these guys can get even in the bottom of inning number 10. Colorado's out in front, 5-3. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and standing in as the switch-hitting second baseman, Jurickson Profar. Now the first pitch. And a fastball swung on and hit to second. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
The center fielder, number 2, Trent Grisham.
Digging in will be Trent Grisham. He grounded out last time up.
Yeah, and I know you want to lace a line drive or hit a potential home run. But I'll tell you what, grab the cheap ribby when it's there. Give me a ground ball middle of the diamond and steal a run.
1 ball, no strikes to count. Myers stands at third with 1 gone in the inning. Goes the other way as this is line to left. Catch made in left. Here comes the runner for the plate. But not in time as the run scores and the lead is trimmed to 1.
Boy, talk about hitting into some rough luck. That was an absolute bullet to the outfield that gets caught, and he would have represented a tying run.
That'll bring up Austin Nola as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. No hits to this point. Tying run at the plate, the 0-1. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
If he doesn't shorten his swing up right there, there's no chance he keeps his bat back.
Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first here will be in time for the final out, and the Rockies have finally found their way back into the win column as this ball game is over. A 1-run finish today, 5-4 the final score. The Rockies used a 3-run 7th to help propel them to the win. Robert Stevenson earns the victory out of the bullpen, his 5th. So that will wrap things up. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Wackney, and our whole crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, head to theshow.com.
The final line score for the ball.
Good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. The Colorado Rockies are looking to wrap this thing up, but with a one-run lead and the middle of the order due up, this thing is by no means over. First pitch on its way. And that's high for a ball, 1-0.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch.
You know, something to keep in mind, they're really burning through that bullpen, and this is only the first game of the series. Definitely could have an impact on the rest of the series, and maybe even the whole week ahead.
Now the 2-1. Waves and misses for strike number 2. On the ground to the right side. And there's his first base hit in this one. He'll hold at second, and there are 2 aboard now.
Well, that's one of the, I guess, the advantages of hitting with that hole between first and second base, D-Row. First baseman has to hold that runner on that leaves that right side wide open.
Yeah, and credit the batter right there. Nice piece of hitting right there. Not trying to do too much. He took a look at the defense and saw where it was going and tried to beat him.
Ian Happ swings and misses there, so he's down 0-1. Possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Nobody out. And he falls behind 0-2. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. Fouled off. The 1-1.
Hey, this isn't going to be an easy save. These guys are making him work for this one.
To 2-2 now.
Hey, from a pitcher's standpoint, sometimes the greatest pitch is the slider that backs up. He got away with that one, but he wants that thing to bury down the way.
Liner towards second. Oh, what happened? He can't make the play. Back to first, a double play, and with that, the ball game is over.
And a nice job here to come in and slam the door. That's his first save of the season, but it certainly won't be his last.
And it's a 4-3 finish in this evening's ball game. The Rockies jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Justin Steele claims the win out of the pen, his first. Robert Stevenson records the save, his first of the year. So that's Matt. And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. The Colorado Rockies are looking to wrap this thing up, but with a one-run lead and the middle of the order due up, this thing is by no means over. No balls and one strike. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
And think about it. In game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend if they don't get really good starting pitching.
A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And this is swung on and missed. So now they find themselves down to their final strike tonight. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Hey, we were really treated to a good one today. Bottom of the 8th proved to be the difference, though, and a good job here in the 9th to close the book on this one.
And it's a 4-3 finish in this evening's ball game. Colorado get their 20th home win this year. Julian Fernandez wins his 4th game out of the bullpen this year. Robert Stevenson closes the door for the save, his second. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
9 hits, 1 error. They left 2 men on base.
And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Austin Gomber is back on the mound to start the eighth. He's been dealing to this point as he tries to keep this shutout effort going. John Birdie comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one.
With some traffic on the base paths, nice job by the pitcher to execute strike one.
Set. Here comes the 1-1. Fouled away. Wallach over at second. Rojas is over at first with one away. Just off the outside that time. Laid off for a ball.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. From the belt, the pitch hit in the air down the right field line. And it's a foul ball. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
And he misses with it, ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really going to need to get a ground ball.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news, a single probably drives in a couple of runs.
And that'll bring in Garrett Cooper. He's gone hitless in this one, Dan, and he's not alone.
No, he's not, Matt. This lineup has had no answer for their opponent on the mound so far.
Here's the first pitch to him. A ball and no strikes.
This is a situation where you have to step out of the box and tell yourself, my job is to get the runner in from third. It'd be nice to gap one and get them both in, but you want to take a little pressure off you offensively and just focus on being productive.
That one's going to find the seats. Strike one.
Hey, he's been able to pound that zone all night, working that outer half of the plate. That's why he's having so much success.
Change up just off the black, and it's 2-1.
It often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
Popped him up. Thomas moving to his left. 2 down.
Wow, talk about frustrating. Not what you want to do with the bases loaded. A simple pop-up, and nothing productive comes out of that.
So 2 gone now in the Miami 8th, and that'll bring up the outfielder Brian Anderson. First pitch coming, here it is. Edge of the zone that time taken and ruled a strike.
Clearly, this is a tough situation to be on the mound, but the key here is minimizing. They're up by 2, so he could find a way to get out of this bases-loaded jam by only giving up.
We'll have to leave it there as the play is made for the 3rd out. Marlins leave all 3. They trail it here 2-0. Dylan Floro is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 36, Dylan Floro.
Bottom of inning number 8 set to go. And coming forward now is the shortstop, Rick Thomas.
Not shortstop. Rick.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a liner. And that's a base hit, so a chance for some important insurance here to kick off the bottom of the 8th.
The right fielder, number 2, Jonathan Daza.
In now, Jonathan Daza. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. 2 runs, 6 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. Pitch out. Nothing doing. And now the Marlins bullpen will swing into action as a lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. The 1-1 home. Hit hard on the ground to second. He's got it. One there. On to first. A double play.
That's a great example there of why the sinker is such an effective pitch. The hitter's eyes see it higher in the zone than it ends up, and that makes it real tough to square up.
To the plate now, Raimel Tapia. He swings and sends it in the air to right center field. Sierra gets there for the catch, and that ends the inning. Rockies are down quietly as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Ready now for the Marlins, Corey Dickerson. No thump out of him in this game so far, as might be expected. He's 0 for 3.
This is the part of the game where I think we really start seeing what teams are made of, both in terms of battling back, showing some resiliency, and in terms of knowing how to play with the lead, locking down that W.
Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. Into the second deck and gone. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. As they cut the lead in half, it's 2-1 now.
What a great feeling right there as he circles the pillows, finally able to get this offense potentially going with one swing of the bat, being shut out all game, but not anymore.
Striding in is Gerard Encarnacion, and the starter remains out there despite just allowing the long ball. We thought maybe they'd go and get him, but no indication of that yet.
Yeah, to me, that home run was a sign that he's starting to get a little bit tired out there. It was a good pitch to hit, and it's typically the command that starts slipping when you're fatiguing a little bit. So I can't see him being out there much longer.
And a ball 1-0.
You know, because this is just a one-run game, this doesn't strike me as a situation where he's going to be working around a guy. I think he's going to challenge him right here.
And he should be okay to go the distance here. He's just now about to hit 100 pitches for the ball game.
Yeah, it's go time, Matty V. He's got a chance to close this one out. He knows the bullpen's rested and ready to go. He's got a smile on his face out there.
Oh, Devo, this is what every manager loves. One day where you can not have to empty out everybody in that bullpen. Going into the 9th inning in today's game with your starting pitcher, you can't ask for more than he's given them up to this point.
Next, here is Jazz Chisholm. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a bit surprised to see the bullpen inactive right now.
Yeah, I'm with you, Matt. Even though he's pitching okay, I do think you have to look at what he's given you and realize he's probably approaching the end of his rope pretty soon. Last thing you want is for things to start to unravel and not have a guy ready that you can turn to.
And that's got to fire you up right there, boys. This guy has been on the bump all game. Now it's late, and he's still throwing challenge pitch after challenge pitch. Think he's feeling frisky?
1-1.
That's the ball. That's inside.
One-run game here in the top of the 9th. Fly ball right down the line in left. Left fielder is on the move. And he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out.
Now back, the seventh fielder, Magneri Sierra.
Now to the plate, here is Magneri Sierra. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball.
1 out.
2 out, nobody on. And he'll just watch that knuckle curve. 1-1.
That pitch tells me this guy's feeling frisky right now. He's on. He's got everything working.
Try to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. And now this crowd, announced at around 22,000, comes to their feet. And he strikes him out to end it here as they were able to get the possible tying run to the plate, but could not cash in.
Well, he was gunning for a complete game shutout, but it just wasn't in the cards here. But anytime you can go 9 innings and give up only 1 single run, you've done pretty good for yourself and your team.
Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. The Colorado Rockies to victoria for the 40th time this season. Austin Gomber wins his 3rd of the season, turning in a very strong complete game effort. So that will wrap things up. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Wackney, and our whole crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, head to theshow.com.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Rockies, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. For the Marlins, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 36 minutes.
And good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. Josh Fuentes has a single, a double, and a home run already in this one. Looking for the toughest one to get in the cycle, the triple. Roberto Osuna takes the ball here as he'll enter with a runner at first and nobody out. Josh Fuentes will be the first to stand in against the new pitcher as he'll do so with a runner at first and nobody out. From the belt, the pitch. drilled right back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, and he's putting together a monster line in this one. They just can't get him out.
Boy, talk about having a day, Debo. He gets his fourth from knocking the game, but mixed in with one of those four was a round tripper. Not a bad day.
Yeah, you have 5, maybe a handful of games that you can throw out 4 knocks throughout the course of the year. Add in a tater to go with it. He's smiling. His food's going to taste better tonight.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Weak roller right side.
Stand up, stand up, stand up.
To second for one. On to first. Not in time as he just hits the bag ahead of the throw. So they avoid what could have been a costly double play there.
Well, they dodged the bullet that time by avoiding the double play. That would have been pretty demoralizing to end the inning. Now they've at least still got runners on the corners.
Ball four, take the base. Ball four, take the base. Take out 3. Got it.
And everyone on the team can finally breathe a little bit easier tonight. They finally snapped that 8-game losing skid. Hopefully, they can get on a roll now.
5-2 the final score tonight. Colorado came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure the victory. Michael Peterson claims the win out of the pen, his first. Robert Stevenson wraps it up for the save, his 3rd of the campaign. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
For the Padres.
We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. The Colorado Rockies are batting here in the bottom of the inning, looking to send these fans home happy with a walk-off win. First pitch of the AB on its way. A bouncer up the middle. And there's one away.
Now back, second baseman, Ryan McMahon.
Next, it'll be Ryan McMahon. Flew out last time up. From the stretch, here's the pitch. High in the air out to center field. O'Grady is back, and he'll get there to make the play for out number 2.
The left fielder, number 11, Casey Golden.
So now into the box is Casey Golden. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Now here it comes. Back up the middle. A dive, and he knocks it down. And no chance at all to make a play here, so despite the effort, the inning will continue.
Nice effort by the shortstop right there. Kept it in front of him. That's all he could do right there, Dan.
You know, dealer in a spot like that, that's an infield single. That's a tough play. Just to knock that ball down was a pretty good job. But any way you look at it, that should be scored a base hit, and I'm sure it was.
The left-handed power bat of Greg Bird digs in now. And that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now. Throw comes in quickly, but the winning run is in scoring position now with 2 away.
There's a hard-hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dad. Sent it back right where it came from.
At the plate now, Francisco Alvarez. Hit back toward the mound. And the 2-out threat won't pay off. The inning is over. 2 left for Colorado. Score remains 2-2. Digging in now for San Diego, Victor Caratini. He'll step in trying to do something about this 2-2 tie. Here's the first pitch. High in the air into shallow left center. Hampson has a play. 1 out.
Boy, he showed some pretty good range, heading pretty deep into the outfield to bring that one down. Thought the outfielder might call him off, but he clearly had it under control.
Here's Jurickson Profar. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Didn't quite catch the zone there. Ball 1.
Man, that's a good take there on that 0-2 fastball. Just missed. He must have a really good eye at the plate.
Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 1 away. Still 1-2. He spoils another one, and will do it again. Ready with another 2-strike offering. Hit on the ground to short. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
Well, if you're going to bobble a ball, you have to hope it's when a guy is lumbering down the base pass. He's no speedster, so that was a good job to stay calm and make the recovery throw.
Took a Peter Marcano will look to provide a little 2-out thunder off the bench as he'll hit with a runner at second and 2 away. Here's the first pitch as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball 1. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 1 home run, 13 RBIs. Here's the 1-0. And this is a fastball that's right on the black, but ruled a ball. It's 2-0 now.
Boy, you don't see that very often out of a rookie. That's a 2-0 count, and both of those pitches were really close. This guy has a pretty good eye.
Welker's got it, and the side is retired. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. So 1 will win it here as we go to the bottom of inning number 10. And we are tied 2-2. Tim Hill comes on to start the home 10th, and he's just hoping to get this one into the 11th inning. Into the box now is the Colorado pitcher, Justin Steele. It's his job to get something into the outfield and give that go-ahead run a chance to score from second. Here's the first pitch. A line drive that's going to be caught out there at short. And that'll be the first out of the inning.
Now batting, number 1.
So now to the plate, Garrett Hampson. In his career versus this pitcher, he's 1 for 2. Here's the first pitch. Hit hard on the ground to second. Oh, and he can't come up with it. stepping in next, Colton Welker. He's gone hitless to this point.
Not a great game up to this point, but none of that would matter if he could come through right here. A chance to be the hero.
Here's the first pitch. Hard hit ball to second. That ball's down, and in comes the winning run. And the Rockies are going to win it in walk-off style.
Well, the way things unfolded, you kind of had a sense that this thing was going to end in dramatic fashion, and that's exactly what happened. A walk-off for the win? Wow.
A one-run game this afternoon, 3-2 the final finish. Justin Steele gets the win in relief, his second of the year. Tim Hill takes the loss, only his first of the year. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
The final line.
Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. Starting out in the NL West, the Rockies knocked out 10 hits as a team as they grabbed a walk-off win in extra innings over the Padres, 3-2. Chris Davinsky got the win, his 6th so far this year, helping the Diamondbacks get by the Phillies, 6-3. The Dodgers combined for a 4-hitter as they sank the visiting Buccos, 5-1. The Mets finished off
Good evening to those of you just joining us on the show. You've chosen to tune in at a great time. The Colorado Rockies are looking to wrap this thing up, but with a one-run lead and the middle of the order due up, this thing is by no means over. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. Diamondback center fielder with a friendly 2-0 count.
You'll hear me say this time after time up here in the booth. You fight so hard to get into these counts. 1-0, 2-0, 3-1. They don't happen often. This is a huge spot. Count leverage. Look for him to get loose on the fastball right here.
And this is not an easy play where you have to range to your right. He really didn't have a chance to get his feet set, so this is all arm. Nicely done.
Eduardo Escobar standing in, batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike one. He could really use a knock here, 0 for 3 in the game so far. 0-2, here it comes. A little bouncer. The next 0-2 is taken. That's ball one. And that misses 2-2. Pitch on the way. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
That'll bring up Josh Van Meter, and it's fouled away. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Tying run at the plate, the 0-1.
Inside, ball one.
Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening.
Yeah, guys, he's got so much respect for this guy's fastball. You can tell he was out in front on it.
Throw to first here will be in time for the final out, and the Rockies have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over. 3-2 the finish in tonight's game. The Colorado Rockies took the lead in the fourth and held on until the end. Antonio Senzatella with his fourth win this season as he goes 6+ innings and allows only a pair of base hits. Caleb Smith was only able to work 4 innings as he takes his